No. Okay. This is not a wall tap. Why is it lagging? Okay. Great, great, great. This is such a great track review. Come on. Oh, this should have been smoother. Come on. Oh god. Yeah, turn off shaders. Nice. Wow, that's a whole different vibe. But turn off food right. Okay. Alright, so let me just explain some stuff. First, I'll be going over the pit stop over here. I don't even know if this will work properly or not, but it's only one way to find out. So with BU, you can kind of climb up water blocks like these, and there are barrier blocks on the sides, so I guess that solves the problem of falling off while in the pit a little. And like I think the pit completion thing should show up at the peak, at the highest points of this pit, so just right back there. And also this is a skim test on the left. That's not the part of the track. No, it really look cool, but well, yeah, it's not part of the track. Okay, so let's go down here and we're back on the track. So one thing that I have put some thought into is that I haven't put barrier blocks here, so you don't risk janking and falling off into the track, and that's just kind of weird. So I don't even think you can like make a mistake and fall off here, if you, unless if you're like not paying attention at all, which is also pretty unlikely. And this part I also got rid of the barrier blocks blocking the thing here. But the problem is if you just climb up it a little, you can still hit the barrier. So that's not neat, but I don't think you would want to hit the water anyways. So yeah. There's a safe here, which is just water. I'm not sure if they're... Okay, it's just regular water, so not bubble columns, but the water here are bubble columns. But with the properties of Jankless, I can make them spaced out quite widely, and you probably won't fall in. Unless you line it up perfectly and then you fall in. I don't think... Oh, it's not bubble columns either, so... Okay. Well, you don't lose too much. That's really good. This is a block stop. It's a cobblestone wall with this little notch on the top, so you get more speed at the exit. This is a tech that I have found. Anti-block stop, pretty much an anti-block stop. Wait, no, anti-wall tap. This block just kind of makes your boat get stuck in it, but sometimes another problem arises when you use this block on top of this waterlogged wall block. If the block above it is transparent, there's a chance that you can get stuck in it and can't get out. So just for safety measures, I put another transparent block on top of the already existing transparent block, which in this case is uh uh Minecraft deep slate brick stairs. Yeah. So you can't get stuck in it. I hope the smoke is alarming enough for you to know that this is not a wall tap. Instead, the wall tap's all the way back here. And I'm sure you know why it's all the way back there. For racing ability stuff. And there's this gimmick over here that I've made. This gimmick, I don't know what I was doing, honestly, but that's pretty much the point of TD tracks. I don't know what I'm doing with my gimmicks, but I just kind of hope it works out, you know. And I don't really do experimenting with mocap and stuff. I do have mocap installed, as you can see. I used it a couple of times. I think the margins between these routes are not really that big unless if you make a mistake like that. And yeah, you're bound to lose time if you do a silly mistake like that. You can also obviously go back here and go under, but this route will be a little bit harder. And yeah, you kind of have to line yourself up quite well. And if you can't tell, this gimmick was inspired by Kintsugi. That track, isn't that track like one of the best ice boat racing tracks? I don't know. But I really like how I think the builder Martinitis, I think he made a like a thing where he like experimented with a lot of like boat controls and how people are most likely to move their boat and stuff, you know, so that it lines up with the water, and you kind of have to avoid that. So you're really attacking a regular boat racer's senses, and yeah, kind of just to encourage people to go up this ramp more, because I mean it is pretty fun. But if you don't want to, I mean, you can also do it just like this. You're just gonna go like that, but it's slower. I don't know. As I said, I didn't test it. So yeah, that's pretty much all the gimmicky stuff though relating to the racetrack. Next I'll be explaining the design language and the concept of this TD track. I think this is the 5th track that I've made, so 11 left, so yeah, stay tuned. So this concept, basically, if you know my TD tracks, you know that most of my tracks have a massive object in the middle with really cool flares. Like in this case, this is a black hole with a rotating disc that goes up into the sky and stops at some point, which is that point, and starts all the way down there. And this kind of looks like a I'm sure there's a name for this kind of structure, but it's just like the only thing I can think of is a type of spaghetti. So yeah, and there's a rotating disc here revolving around the black hole in the middle. Yeah, this is one of the more interesting color palettes that I've used in a build. As you can see, the white part are pearlescent frog lights, and then it kind of goes, it fades into blue, and then there's Soulfire, which is pretty new in a color palette like this, but I thought it looked really cool with shaders because it gives off like a glowing blue color, if you know what I mean. I don't think I'd like to turn it on right now though. My Minecraft is freaking out right now. Why is my FPS at 9? Okay. And there's sea lantern here, so it goes from white to blue to darker blue, then it comes back to light blue, and it comes back to white. So yeah, the reason that I made it blue because well, I don't really have any other tracks which like resemble the color blue. I guess there's like Fiatla Kapexers Birot, but I hope that was the right pronunciation, but I guess that track's more like a F1 themed track and not really like a color, like an art style of track that I make with my TD tracks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you know something about mathematics, you can see in the image that I posted in the track submission forums, you will probably know what this means and how it differs from that. So yeah, that's for you to figure out. I'm not gonna tell you. And there's also this thing which I guess it's like an explosion thing. I don't know, man. I think there's a beacon as well. it probably doesn't work right now. I don't even know if it works or not. Okay, yeah, there's a beacon. Well, this is also one of the more interesting color palettes of use. So it goes from snow, then it goes transitions into white concrete powder, which is a pretty common combination, and then it's waterlogged white stained glass panes, and it slowly gets into blue, also still waterlogged, and then it just keeps getting more blue and blue and blue, and then it keeps getting darker into gray. And here, as you can see, I've used water cauldrons. I hope this doesn't affect people's performance too much though, because water cauldrons do have some information held inside of them which can cause lag. I think I'm not entirely sure, but with shaders this effect looks incredible because like it looks like a flooded area. And this track, I'd like to say, is related to water a lot, like the essence of water, and this track just interacting with it. Next are these tall blades of grass. I'd like to call them grass, but well, they're not really grass, as you can see. They're sulfires, which also gives off a really cool blue glowing effect, just like that. And it gives off a dim little glow at the start, like the start of the blade of the grass. It's really weird calling these grasses, by the way. And as you can see, it only grows from the white concrete blocks. Or does it? Or does it grow from calcite? It uh it grows from white concrete. Okay. So yeah, that's the thing. I feel like these noise patterns, as you can see, they're like rooting out from the power source, which is like over there, and like these blades of grass. Oh, that's really weird. They're like byproducts of the excessive amount of power outputting from that power source over there. You know, it's kind of ironic that a black hole, which sucks in all energy, is still emitting light sources and energy outside. Kind of like if this thing works inversely. If we're talking in the terms of the lore of this whole TD thing. Don't worry, it will be more clear, but yeah. Well, the thing with TD tracks is that I want the people racing here, or just driving here, looking at the decor, the decoration, the atmosphere. I want them to feel something. It might not be the same thing that I wanted them to feel, but I certainly want them to feel something, like a sense of peace, you know. Like take Orange Haze and Viridian Haze, for example. I think these two have pretty reminiscent feelings that gives you a feeling of nostalgia and calm. Like the landscape just gives off like this vibe of like surrealness and tranquility. And you know, I just really like that, like how it makes you feel. Aside from like Magenta Haze, which is filled with chaotic, sharp, aggressive shapes and like really dreamlike ones. Fun fact, Magenta Haze was all based in a fever dream. Like 100% of that was in my fever dream when I was like, I don't know, like 11 or something, just like 2 years ago. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess this video also included some of the explanations of the whole TD thing, which I hope gave you the viewer or the track reviewer a clear image of what my vision is all about. And yeah, at the end of the day, I hope this track gets imported into the server so people can enjoy what I enjoy to do and the products of my enjoyment, which is this iceball track. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you.